everyone, welcome to another session on Python for Data Science. Visualizations are an important step in the data science lifecycle, and in this session we are going to deal with two important libraries which are necessary for doing exploratory data analytics using Python. The name of these libraries we are going to learn are Matplotlib and Seaborn. Matplotlib is an amazing visualization library in Python for 2D plots of arrays. It provides an object-oriented API for embedding plots into applications using general-purpose GUI toolkits. Matplotlib is a multi-platform data visualization library built on NumPy arrays and designed to work with the broader SciPy stack. It was introduced by John Hunter in the year 2002. One of the greatest benefits of visualization is that it allows us visual access to huge amounts of data in easily digestible visuals. Matplotlib consists of several plots like line, bar, scatter, histogram, etc. Seaborn is an amazing visualization library for statistical graphics plotting in Python. It provides beautiful default styles and color palettes to make statistical plots more attractive. It is built on the top of Matplotlib library and also closely integrated to the data structures from Pandas. Seaborn aims to make visualization the central part of exploring and understanding data. It provides dataset-oriented APIs so that we can switch between different visual representations for same variables for better understanding of dataset. Now let us move to the coding part of Matplotlib and Seaborn. I have opened a new Jupyter notebook and has given this name. First, we are importing all the necessary libraries which we must use for coding. So I will import Pandas, then NumPy, then Matplotlib, and then Seaborn. So we have imported Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, and Seaborn. PyPlot is a sub-library which is found inside Matplotlib, and PLT is a common notation for PyPlot. And Seaborn is notated as SNS. So wherever you see a PLT, you can understand that it is a matplotlib.pyplot operation, and wherever you see SNS, you can understand that it is a Seaborn operation. So the first graph that we are going to plot is a basic line graph. So I have given the heading line plot. In order to plot a line, I am going to create two lists X and Y. So I am creating list X with some values. And Y, another list with some values. So I have created X and Y. Next I am going to plot a line graph between X and Y. So first we are telling to plot the values in X and Y using plt.plot method. Then we are giving the title of the plot as basic line graph. So here you can see the title has come here, basic line graph. Next we are giving a label for x-axis, what is there in x-axis. So we have given that x-axis is the values in list X. So it has come here, values in list X. And then we have given Y label as values in list Y. It has come here. So you can see the basic line graph is plotted. Next, I will write again another code. So I have created X with the values from 0 to 99, and I have created Y using an equation from X. So can you guess what will be the output, or what will be the graph of this X and Y? Now we will plot this. So the graph will be a straight line, because here we have derived Y from X. So X and Y will have a linear relation. So the graph will be a straight line. So you can see Y is in the form mx plus c, which is the equation of a straight line. So we have got straight line as output. Next, I'm taking Y as cos of X. So NumPy has cos function inside it, and I am taking Y as cos of X, and then I am plotting X and Y. So we get the graph of a cos function. So this is basic line plot. Now we will move on to histogram. In order to understand histogram better, we will import a dataset into Python. We are going to import a CSV file. So we have already seen how to import a CSV file in the previous video. So I'm going to import the same dataset that we imported in the previous video to this Python environment. Now I am checking the dataset and its columns. We will discuss both these codes in detail when we deal with the pre-processing topic. And now we are going to plot a histogram. So for that, I'm writing the code. Plot.figure is an object of this figure. We will see its use very soon. Then we have specified to plot histogram using the MPG column in data. And next we are giving the title for the graph as distribution of MPG, and it has come here. And next we are given to plot x ticks and y ticks, which are these values. This is x ticks and this is y ticks. So this is how we plot a basic histogram. Now again I am going to plot another figure, and now here I'm going to add one more parameter, which is fig size. So here you can see the size of the graph is little more big. So this is the use of plot.figure. You can give different parameters inside this, and all these parameters which can be given inside can be checked by clicking inside the brackets and pressing tab button twice. If you press the tab button twice, this pop down will appear, and here you can see different parameters that can be given inside. So here I have selected this particular thing, figure size equal to. So instead of selecting that, I just typed it directly. So this is how we give size for a figure. Next we will plot another graph. So I'm copying it because it will consume a lot of time if I go typing the code every time. So it is better when you do the coding. I prefer to type the code in each and every line because it will help you to understand what is happening. So now here I'm giving a parameter. Let's see what happens. So in the output you can see that the title font got bigger. So here it was small, here it got bigger. Now again I am going to make some changes to the graph. So I changed the color from blue to red. Now from this graph, it is very difficult for us to understand what is there in x-axis and what is there in y-axis. So next we are going to specify what is there in the x-axis and what is there in the y-axis. So we have specified that in x-axis it is mpg or miles per gallon, which is the mileage, and in y-axis it is a frequency. That means how many number of times that particular mileage has appeared in our dataset. So looking onto this graph, we can clearly make out a lot of things. So from this graph we can understand that most of the vehicles in this dataset have mileage 15 and very few vehicles have mileage 40. So these kind of insights can be derived from this graph. So that is the power of visualization. Now I am going to make some more changes to the graph. I am going to add one more parameter, which is r width. Then specifying it as 0.9, and you can see what happens. So a gap has come between each histogram, and this r width equals 0.9 refers to the space in between two histograms. So if we change it to some other value, you can see it is getting bigger. So when the value is 0.9, it will be smaller. Okay, now again I'm going to make some changes. I'm giving one more parameter, density equals true. So this will give a density based plot of the specified data. Here we can see that there is a difference in the y-axis. So frequency has changed to a frequency distribution. Before it was the count, now it has changed to frequency distribution. Okay. Now I will show one more parameter. You don't have to by heart all these parameters. Once you click inside this brackets and click double tab, then you will get all these parameters as a drop down. So now I have given cumulative. This will give a cumulative plot of frequency with MPG. So this is a cumulative frequency. It is going up. Now checking the data types. Sorry, there is no brackets for data types. Okay. Looking into these data types, can you make out something or can you notice something? I will give the data set also. So looking onto this data set and this data type, can you make out something? Yes. What is that? The data type of horsepower is wrong. Here it is an integer, but here it is given as object. So now I am going to change the data type of horsepower into a float. So for that I am using this S type keyword. So S type is used to convert one data type into another. So I'm specifying it as float, but it is giving me an error. So what is the error? Could not convert string to float. So it says that there is some question mark in the column horsepower. So now I am checking which all columns or which all rows are having question mark. So you don't have to worry about these codes because these all are the pre-processing steps. We will discuss all these when we deal with our pre-processing lessons. So I am extracting out all the rows which are having question marks in it, and I want to take out the index. So dot index will give the index values of the rows which has question mark in the column horsepower in our dataset data. So these rows are having question mark. So because of these rows, we are not able to convert it into a float. So for the time being, I am going to delete these rows. So I'm going to drop it. So I have dropped these columns, but I did not save it. So I am saving it back to a new variable data1. So now again I will try to change the data type of horsepower. So now it has changed to floating point data type. So I will print the data types again. So now you can see horsepower is converted to a floating point. Now we will plot the histogram of horsepower. So here I forgot to mention that our data is data1. So instead here I mentioned it as data. So now I have changed it. Now from this graph we can clearly see that the highest horsepower present in this data is around 80 and the lowest present is around 200. Now we'll plot a histogram for PG. Let's see what happens if we give the code like this. So again, I forgot to mention that it is data 1. So both MPG and horsepower is plotted in the same graph, and you can see that the range of MPG and horsepower is different. So horsepower from this graph, you can see that it is from 50 to 225. So this is horsepower, and MPG is in a range from 0 to 50. Here it is not easy to identify which belongs to MPG and which belongs to horsepower. So what we'll do, we'll plot it in a different way. I want to plot MPG and horsepower. So it is data 1. I want to plot MPG and horsepower from data 1. Histogram. So you can plot a histogram like this too. So here you can see that there is a legend available. Okay. And you can also see that the frequency has changed. You can see here the frequency was in the range of 120, but here you can see that it is up to 300. Okay, we will plot one more graph between MPG and horsepower, and the plot is called KDE plot. So KDE stands for kernel based density estimation. It is used for visualizing the probability density of a continuous variable. It depicts the probability density at different values in a continuous variable. We can also plot a single graph for multiple samples, which helps in more efficient data visualization. So with this, we conclude the first part of Matplotlib and Seaborn video. Thanks for watching.